The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series at Michigan is brought to you by Allstate. Are you in good hands? Las Vegas, crazy time calls for crazy fun. Go to visitlasvegas.com. And by Tinactin. Get boom, tough actin, Tinactin. Let's check out our Allstate good hands move of the race. Carl Edwards missing the wreck.
Man, I'll tell you what, look at this. He's just a dart left, barely missing Ryan Newman. Pull in right behind him, right to the bottom of the racetrack. That was a winning strategy. A guy going for a championship got lucky there.
Absolutely, got to have a bunch of those.
Carl, the leader at the time, and Allstate will donate $1,000 to the Urban Youth Racing School on behalf of Carl Edwards. Time for the restart.
Let's visit with our in-race reporter before we go back to green. DJ?
Hey, Greg Biffle, Dale Jarrett, ESPN. You have a copy?
I got you, DJ.
Hey, bud, up in second spot now. We know you have a good race car, but how's the track changed to this point?
It keeps going back and forth. One run we're real loose, one run we're real tight, but mostly just slick. Real slick. Feels like we're at Old Darlington or something before they repaved it. It's hard to get a hold of. Just don't overdrive the corner, I've learned here in the last little bit. That's really helped my straightaway speed.
All right, looks like you're doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thanks, DJ.
Greg Biffle putting it in perspective. Don't overdrive the corner. You heard drivers all weekend talking about this track and been here a long time. They love the fact that you can drive all over this racetrack, but the asphalt is not new, and there's a lot of slipping and sliding out there.
Yeah, and that might seem like a pretty simple thing. He just said don't overdrive the corner, but it's so easy to do that. You see all of that space out there, and you know you have banking that could help you, but it's a pretty simple thing, and sometimes you just keep learning throughout the day. Jamie?
Well, DJ, the 24 came in 4th, and he's being shown as 15th. Now they dropped some lugs on that front again. Frustrating stop. Steve Letarte, crew chief, came down, huddled the guys together, and said, "You're better than this. We need to get better, guys. Let's do it."
And Jeff Gordon has done it on the racetrack, Jamie. Good point. He had driven that car all the way back up in the 3rd spot or 4th spot, going for 3rd when the caution came out. Got to be very frustrating for Steve Letarte, Rick Hendrick, and the guy driving the car, Jeff Gordon. Here they come to the green flag. Carl Edwards, who won yesterday, had driven from 27th starting spot to the front of the field. Behind him his teammate Greg Biffle, then Vickers, then Dale Earnhardt Jr. We're going to see if those adjustments on the 88 car are going to help what was a handful for him a while ago.
When you start getting lap cars, these restarts get really hairy. And we saw Jeff Gordon back there. Well, not only was he back in 15th, but he had about 8 or 9 lap cars. So that puts you even further back, more cars that you have to pass.
See Jeff Burton, the 31 car, right going by. That's the 00. That's Mike Skinner. And there's Elliott Sadler. That is for position. And here comes, guess who again? Kyle Busch inside the 83. That would be for 4th position.
Kyle's car looks like it's really good on new tires, and as they run on.
Well, we got some smoke out of Jimmy Johnson's car.
Contact was their teammates that got together and rubbed a little bit. He's got a fender rub. There's McMurray going by. You see Jeff Gordon just going by. Harvick, as Jimmy Johnson is sliding backwards.
And he's got a major problem right here.
Up front, Biffle goes by and takes the lead away from his teammate, Carl Edwards. Yeah, Jimmy Johnson got a left front tire going down completely and rubbing. He's got to get on pit. Well, let's show you what happened as he slows down. Watch the contact in the pack. 24-48. Oh, Stewart on the outside.
Wow, they were 4 wide there. There's just, I mean, we talk about this as a wide racetrack, but sometimes you're just running out of room.
Yeah, this is not... I wouldn't say it's anybody's fault.
Clear high behind the 20.
There's only so much room off that corner.
Yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily what you want your spotter to be saying. You're 4 wide. Shannon?
Yeah, guys, as you can see, they're going to go to work on that car, try to fix that damage. Now, Jimmy Johnson's really been struggling with this car. It has been loose all day long. This is one team that was expecting this track to tighten up, and it just has not for this team.
Jimmy Johnson will lose a lap in the pits. Now there are 33 cars on the lead lap, and he is one of 7 cars a lap down. Carl Edwards has gone back around to take the lead, and now look who's in 2nd spot.
Yeah, Biffle went from the lead to 3rd. I don't know what happened there. Biffle's leading the race. Everything looks good so far.
I think Carl might have looked in his mirror to saw an 18 coming.
Yeah, here comes the 18 car. He just had a good run off that corner.
Yeah, Greg just got a little bit high. It looked like he couldn't get back to the throttle, and it really looked like it was magnified by these two guys having great corners. Kyle Busch is on the move, though, and he's back on the bottom of the racetrack. We know that they've been adjusting on this car every single time and trying to make it a little bit better, I think, in the longer runs, but it's really fast in the short runs. Mike?
And DJ, you're absolutely right. The work they've been doing here is because the car has been extremely loose, and that's kind of funny to hear Kyle Busch say, considering how much he likes to drive a loose race car. But just before that last round of pit stops, he radioed in saying he could hardly hold on to it when he gets into the throttle. They made a wedge adjustment to the left rear, and he seems much more comfortable with the car right now.
Kyle Busch has led 1,131 laps this year. He is first among laps led. He is first in points. And we asked him about the pressure of being number one.
I mean, every week you just kind of go out there and try to run your own race and do your own thing and get your car as fast as you can. There's really not a whole lot of pressure that's put on ourselves that comes about with our competitors. We know that we're being chased by those guys, but we're also chasing some other guys. So as long as we know that we're out there, that we're having to chase some guys and learn some more things and get our cars faster, then you know, it's not easy as it looks.
Andy, the question is, as good a year as he's had, 8 wins, and he's obviously going to be in the chase and probably has the #1 seed in the chase over the next 3 races until the chase begins. Do you change anything? Do you do some R&D, or do you just stay with the foot on the floor and go with what you've been doing?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you try some things, especially if you have some things that you think is going to work, and that may be risky, but if you're going to do that, now's the time to do it. Find out what's going to work, you know, and get you another win or two. And if you find some good things that work, it'll really pay off on those last 10.
Yeah, you say it so casually. Get you another win or two.
Well, you know this guy's going to win some more races. I mean, he's winning like every 3rd race or something, every 4th race.
Right now, he is chasing the 99 of Carl Edwards. Jamie?
Carl Edwards wants to change that. He wants to get another win here. You guys are talking about, you know, coming back to this racetrack. Do you stick with the same or change it up? Well, because they're second in points, Carl Edwards and Bob Osborne, his crew chief, decided to bring a different car here. This is a 4th generation COT. It has the newest and greatest bells and whistles, but they also said that they're running a different setup from their teammates, which is Greg Biffle, who's 2 spots behind Carl Edwards. So they're trying something new, and they have the room to do it. Caution on the track, guys.
24 car.
Yeah, this is probably from the same contact that put Jimmy Johnson in the pits under green.
Well, he did not need this. Remember, he's back in 6th in the points in that ever-enlarging bubble area.
Yeah, he's got some damage. He's hit the wall. These guys got some work to do here.
Pedal?
Oh, he's got big-time damage here.
Yeah, garage.
They're gonna have to go to the garage to fix this.
Remember, lap 90, if you just joined our coverage, there was the 20 car on the outside against the 48, against the 24. That produced the unscheduled stop for the cut tire for Jimmy Johnson, and possibly that's where this happened with the 24 car. Now, top of your screen, let's see if we can watch. There he is right there. Oh.
Yeah, there must have been a fender rub there that cut that right front tire.
That's the worst kind, when it's really not smoking. It wasn't showing anything. We see from Kevin Harvick's view right here. Worst place for the tire to let go in the gas.
And here's what we're talking about back on lap number 90, as they were 4 wide. Right side of your screen, there's Tony Stewart.
Side, 4 wide now, 4 wide. 4 wide.
That put Jimmy Johnson in the pits the next lap, and now we have a caution with Jeff Gordon hitting the wall. That's too bad for these guys.
Jeff Gordon will head to the garage area. Remember, entering today, only 148 points separating Jeff Gordon from the 13th spot outside the chase. It's that tight. With just 3 races remaining after today. Leaders head for pit road. Dave.
David Reagan will give up the 7th position. The pit crews helped him all day on pit road. They'll help him again. Only 2 right side tires, no adjustments. Mike.
Dave, last time down pit road, Kyle Busch, they put 2 rounds of wedge in the left rear, also looking for a quarter more turn and just 2 tires on the 18, Shannon.
Yeah, Mike, air pressure and wedge adjustment for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Car still needs a little bit of grip. 2 tires for the 88. Jamie.
Carl Edwards said his car was just a little freer that time. 2 tires, right sides only for the 99 Carl Edwards.
Also only 2 tires for Greg Biffle, and they will gain a spot in the pits, as did Ryan Vickers. Bobby Labonte comes sailing down and had to dodge a couple of cars trying to get into his pit stall. Not sure he was able to get into his stall, so that's why they add the +23. He had to go on through. Jeff Burton back 3 spots. Back with a restart in a moment.